I cannot even begin to describe how important this skill is. So really practice all 3 questions if you have time. What we're going to do is try to break the force, the vector, up into left, right and up, down in this particular case. So we're only interested in left and right, up and down. So anything that's going at an angle like this is not much use to us, and we want to break it up into the extent that it's going to the right or left and the extent that it's going up or down. So we're trying to basically do trigonometry and measure how far across this is and how far down that is. So this particular first one, this particular vector, is going across and down, and whichever one is next to the adjacent to the angle, that's going to be the cosine side. So this horizontal force will be 8 cosine 45, 8 because the hypotenuse of the triangle is 8, and the downward force, or the downward aspect of the vector, the downward component of the vector, will be 8 sine 45. And that's all there is to it, really. I could probably simplify this, and I'm going to draw it again as a sort of independent force diagram or vector diagram. Doesn't really matter whether these are forces or just vectors. So this one is 8 sine 45. Now sine 45 is 1 over root 2, so I'll probably write that as 8 over root 2, but maybe I'd write it as 4 root 2, that's kind of nicer. And cos 45 is also 1 over root 2, so this is 4 root 2 as well. Okay, next one. So this force or vector is going left and down, and it's got an angle here. So the adjacent side is next to that, 10 cos 20. Oh dear, not being consistent with my colours. 10 cos 20, and the other one is 10 sine 20. So putting that on its own independent diagram, it would look like this. And I could get a calculator out and work out what 10 cos 20 is, but I think I'd rather just leave it exact and write it like that. Last one, this force or vector has got a vertical component and a horizontal component to the left. The angle is here, so this is the adjacent side. The adjacent side will have length 50 cos 10, and the other side will have length 50 sine 10. The 50 is coming from the hypotenuse of the triangle, which is the length of the vector, or the magnitude of the force. So if we draw that, or maybe I need to move that down a bit actually. If we draw that independently, it would look like this. It's got a horizontal component to the left, a vertical component. The vertical component is 50 cos 10, and the horizontal component to the left is 50 sine 10. This skill is very, very important, and we're going to practice it every single week.